Good afternoon, KCA families. I hope you've had a great week despite all the wet and the dreariness, and I hope you've been working hard on your marshmallow and toothpick towers. I've had a few pictures come in, and yeah, I look forward to seeing more. Such creativity and engineering feats are going on out there. So bring those in and have those entries in by tomorrow, Saturday at 6 o'clock. And the tallest tower wins the Twisted Peaks frozen yogurt gift card. So looking forward to that. I just thought I'd send out a quick video on just our reopening plans at KCA. I know lots of you have all heard that the Ministry of Education is asking schools to reopen for the few weeks in June, and I just thought I'll share a more formal email with more detailed information on Monday. I'm just waiting for our plans to be approved. They have to be approved by the ministry before we get started, and I just had our health and safety plan approved, so that is good. And once I get our restart full plan done, I will get that off to you in email on Monday. But I just thought before the weekend, I'd give you a short little snippet of what we're planning, and then you can be thinking about and praying about what that means for your family and for your children. Yeah, so I just think our teachers have done a phenomenal job on providing an online learning program for our students. Their quick response to the suspension of in-class instruction led to the development of some amazing class websites and Google Classrooms and weekly goal charts, Zoom meetings and coffee dates, and I've just been so impressed with our teachers and with our families, how they've risen to this challenge, and we've just really excelled and thrived in it. And so when the government said, oh yeah, it's time for a change, let's get back to class, the first thought was, what? We have a few weeks left in June, why now? But upon thinking about it more, I just was thinking, if we have some health and safety measures in place and teachers are excited about having kids return to the classroom, why not? Why not give it a shot? We had teachers and I met on Wednesday last week, or this week I guess, just to start developing a plan, and I want you to know that teachers are excited. They are excited to have their students back in the classroom and to see them, and we've been hoping and praying for an opportunity to see the kids, see the students before summer, and to be able to wrap up this extraordinary, unprecedented school year. So that's going to happen, and I just thought I would take a couple of minutes just to share what we're thinking that will look like, even though it's a few weeks. I just thought I'd share you what these plans look like. Again, it is parents' choice. It's your choice whether if you want your students to stay home and continue with remote learning, or if you'd like them to be back in the classroom on site with doing some learning here at the school. Both programs, we're going to be taking a bit of a shift in the focus of the learning programs. All of our more formal assessed learning is going to be wrapping up the first week in June, and that's typical of a regular June at KCA. Lots of that formal learning that is assessed and reported on is wrapping up so that we can get teachers working on their report cards for the end of the year. So that's not going to be any different whether the kids are at school or at home. We're going to shift a little bit more to whole child type of type of learning, where there's going to be a lot of just social, emotional learning, lots of outdoor learning, physical literacy, some creativity, exploration, that type of thing. And those are typical types of experiences that kids would experience at KCA in a regular June. You always know that June's full of field trips and driving here and there and remembering your swimsuit and those types of things. So those types of learning experiences are going to happen whether the children are at school or at home. We're going to offer 2 mornings a week. We're going to do Monday and Wednesdays to start off with, and we just thought it would be good to have a gradual short amount of time at the school for all students, kindergarten to grade 9. They are welcome to come back Monday and Wednesday mornings, and we just thought it'd be good for a gradual start, just so students will be able to see that school might look a little bit different from what it was when they left at spring break, and there won't be much different. I just wanted to let you know that teachers won't be wearing masks or PPE, and Dr. Henry and WorkSafe BC don't recommend or require any personal protective equipment for the K-12 classroom setting. So teachers won't be dressed up in masks or face shields or anything like that. We'll just be looking like ourselves. And students, if you feel comfortable with them wearing masks to school, they are more than welcome to do that, and it will be respected, definitely. We'll be asking students for a health self-check every morning. I'm going to have parents drop off kids in the Kiss and Go area. I've really missed the Kiss and Go area, and so Mrs. McWhorter and I will be there in the morning with our little checklist to just help students to make sure that they don't have any symptoms. They don't have a fever or runny nose or sniffles or anything like that. So that will be required first thing in the morning, and staff will be doing the same type of self-assessment first thing in the morning. Desks will be spaced out. There's not going to be as many kids at school either. From the response to my first survey, we have about 37% of families who are interested in sending their kids back to school, but we have a lot of maybes still, around that 33%, just not sure. And so I'm hoping a little bit more of this information will help make a decision, because I'll need to know who's coming so that I can plan appropriately for just those health measures, which are so important. Again, we'll be doing lots of hand washing, hand hygiene. We'll be going over that and routines and just respiratory etiquette, and reminding students about coughing into their elbows if they need to cough. And our janitors will be back in force and doing some extra disinfecting and cleaning. And this will all be in our health and safety plan that I will send home with you on Monday, with the rest of just some more information about our startup. So those are a few things. Yeah, so whether students are at school or whether they're at home, they won't be missing out on either or. Whatever the kids are doing at school, the teachers will be sending those types of learning opportunities home for students. So say the primary students at school are going to do a track meet, the teachers will send home to our online learners, you know what, why don't you set up a track meet with your family and see who can run the 100-meter dash the fastest, or who can do the longest long jump, that type of thing. If students are doing an experiment at school, teachers will send that home for students at home to try as well. I'm not sure what else to say right now. I could probably go on and on and on, but I will try to get this into a document for you. I know I'm going to have it in a document for you, so you can read over it a little bit more. I am going to send home one more survey, and just asking you to do that, because maybe now, if you have a little bit more information, if you can let me know if your students will be at school. It's going to be much different if I have 50 students on site, or if I have 100. I need to make some plans for that. So you're more than welcome to change your mind from whatever answer you put on the first survey. If you're not changing your mind from the first survey, then you don't even need to do the survey. I'll just assume that your answer is the same. But definitely not looking for any more maybes. I'm hoping for some yeses or some solid nos, just for my planning purposes. And one of your other questions might be, well, what if I change my mind the second week in June? Most definitely, you can change your mind, and I just need to have about 24 hours notice if your students are going to come to the school, just so I can just make sure that our numbers are within the plan, and that our safety measures are going to be in place, and that's part of it. Okay, I should probably wrap this up. I'm looking at the time. I'm getting close to 10 minutes. I'm sorry. There's just so much information to get at you. And again, I just want to thank you so much for your championship, just the way you as parents have really come on side with us at this school and have really made this experience of at-home learning positive. I'm just hearing such great things and seeing such great pictures of the kids learning at home. As much as I miss them and can't wait to see some of them again in a couple of weeks, I just know that there's been such good that has come out of this time at home. And a lot of that has to do with you parents and guardians and grandmas and grandpas and everyone helping kids at home. So I thank you so much for that. I thank you for your patience and your encouragement. And again, just take a look for that email from me on Monday with some more information, survey to let me know if you are deciding to have your kids come to learn on site, or if they're just going to stay home for the last couple of weeks. We will have report card pickup on the 18th, and that's going to be in person if you feel comfortable with that. So students can just come in and say goodbye to their teachers and their classrooms and just wrap up this year, and let's just call it just an extraordinary year, just an unprecedented school year, and we're really excited to start planning and look forward to September, which ministry is telling us it's going to be full startup. So just depending on how this pandemic goes through with the numbers through the summer, but they're anticipating a full return to class in September. So I'm super excited about that. Anyway, as always, if you have questions, which I'm sure you do, send me an email. I'm always on my email, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. So have a great weekend. Don't forget to get those marshmallow towers in. Don't eat too many, because then your tower won't be too tall. So we will talk to you soon. Take care. God bless.